Today, everybody, I was scrolling through Instagram and saw that a bunch of Funko Pops got announced. And so today I thought it would be fun to go through everything and show you what's coming soon. Because if I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the stuff that was announced today I am pumped about, and I'm sure you guys will be too. Okay, so the first thing that was shown off today was a bunch of brand new Deadpool figures, and I know that there's a lot of them, but these ones are pretty fun. We have the beauty pageant Deadpool, as well as Lederhosen Deadpool, which I thought was a really good one, and then we also have bowling Deadpool, and if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a great bowler, but I do like to play on the Switch. So I'll probably pick that one up, and maybe we'll even do an entire Deadpool hunt if you guys want to see it, with Deadpool 3 coming soon. I believe it's this year sometime, but anyways, we also have Heavy Metal Deadpool, we have Sleepover Deadpool, and Tourist Deadpool. And honestly, out of all of these ones here, I think my top two are the Heavy Metal and Bowling Deadpool. They both look great. Then after that, we finally got a look at some Goodfellas Pops, and I believe that these were supposed to release years ago, or maybe I'm thinking of another movie that's similar. It's like another one of the... Oh, shoot. I'm blanking on the name. It's the one where they go into the garage and he cuts his ear off and then he throws him in the trunk of the car, and somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Either way, though, this is a fun set. We've got Henry Hill, Jimmy Conway, and Tommy DeVito. Three pretty cool characters. And I gotta say, even though they are just people Pops, they made them pretty accurate. Like, even with the way that they did Tommy's nose, it's just a little bit different than usual. Because normally when they do them, it's more of a pencil nose, or kind of like this little like point, kind of like a triangle, but it's just like slightly different, and it really does change his face a lot. And now here is an odd set of figures, but it looks like we're getting another Alan Rickman Pop finally. We have Sir Alexander as Dr. Lazarus. I know, a bit of an odd one. Then we also have Fred Kwan. Oh wait, I'm noticing now. Are they putting their real names there? This is weird. Then everybody, for all of my Michael Jackson fans, we have two new ones here. We've got him in this kind of like chrome suit with the microphone, which looks really cool. And then another version of him, and I don't know if these are from something specific, or maybe if it's just like, you know, suits that he's worn on stage. I'm not exactly sure, but you can see the hairstyles are slightly different there too, with one being kind of like slicked back, and then the other one being more, I think it's in like a ponytail, maybe in the back. It's hard to tell because we don't have the back of the Pops. But either way, they are interesting, and this is kind of crazy because this is number 383 in the Rocks line, as well as 376. I don't know why they're not next to each other, but either way, we're almost in the 400s for these guys. And I remember when it was under 100, like there was not very many characters in this line, so it is crazy to see how far it's gone in the last couple years. Then everybody, we've got a brand new wave of My Hero Academia, and the first one that we've got here is a brand new Dobby, and this one's really great. I'm liking it a lot, especially with the way they did the base there, and how it looks like there's kind of like that, I don't even know what you call it, but like the circle around him. It's cool to kind of give him a bit more of a dynamic pose like that. And I know it just looks like he's standing, but it's still pretty neat with like the wind flapping and everything like that. But then we also have these ones here. We've got Redestro, Ochako, Mirko, as well as Katsuki Bakugo, and then we've got another Shigaraki, and then as well as Pocket Pops of some of the others. And I like that Bakugo a lot because it looks like he's actually jumping in the air, because if you look closely, you'll notice that he's got one of those like little like clear stands in the back, and I think my favorite out of all of these here, honestly, I was gonna say is Dobby, but it's probably Bakugo. Because I know we've seen stuff similar to that in the past, but it just seems to be the most dynamic out of all of them. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, but you know what? I'm just noticing now Mirko is also in the air. Let me see if I can get a bit of a closer look at her. Yeah, that one's pretty cool too. I don't know. It's almost a tie. Oh, and keeping it on theme with the My Hero Academia ones, it looks like Ochako's also going to be getting a chase, and I believe the only thing that's different is that she's like slightly pearlescent or maybe metallic. It's a little bit hard to tell in the glam shot, but she just seems a little bit shinier. And let me know what you guys think maybe the difference is here, because the hair looks exactly the same. It's more of like the lighter pink spots. There seems to be a bit of like a little bit more light to it, which probably means it's going to be metallic. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I've been looking at it for a second. I can't really tell, but that's what it looks like. Now, everybody, we are finally getting a brand new wave of South Park, and this is something that I did not expect to see today, and we've got some really great characters here, like Timmy and Gobbles. You know, the turkey, and I think that is just such a great character, and I have most of the other South Park ones in the collection already, so I'm probably going to go for maybe this entire set or most of it, and if you guys would like to see a hunt where I try to finish off this entire thing, please let me know. Because once it releases, I would love to do it, so if there's enough people that want it, I'll pick them all up in one big video. But anyways, the next one that we've got here is Wonder Tweak. We've also got Farmer Randy, Chef Satan, Titan, as well as Mr. Mackey. Okay. And now, I haven't talked about this yet, but when it comes to a lot of these characters, we don't actually know the exact dates for when they're going to be releasing, but because we've got pretty good glam shots like this, I'm guessing within the next, like, 4 to 5 months, if I were to put it out there. And now, it is really cool that we are getting more South Park Pops, but I am a little bit bummed that they've kind of been a little lackluster on other shows, like Futurama, as well as Family Guy, and I guess, well, actually, I was going to say we haven't got any Simpsons ones, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm really hoping that they can do more animated shows like this in the future, because I feel like they turned out pretty good, and maybe the Family Guy ones weren't amazing, but I like them. And now, everybody, getting into the Simpsons that I was talking about a second ago, we've got one brand new figure, and because these are kind of like leaks, they haven't officially been announced by Funko. There might be more of them coming, but for now, all we have is Mr. Sparkle. And if I were to guess, there's probably going to be an entire wave of characters coming, but for right now, this is what we've got, and I'm loving it so much, especially because they made it a Diamond Edition right away, and there's not like another exclusive variant. And I think it is so unique how they did it, with the eyes looking very accurate to the actual Mr. Sparkle box. They put it in the bottom there, and the funny thing is, I don't actually know what Mr. Sparkle is. Is it for teeth? I think so. I always thought it was for like laundry detergent, but now that I'm seeing him smile, I'm second-guessing myself. Or maybe it's just the fact that you're clean. I don't know, I gotta rewatch the episode. Now, everybody, we've got some WWE, and a pretty big line of them. And I remember that these were shown off, I believe it was at some sort of toy convention, or no, was it the Las Vegas licensing expo? Maybe. Anyways, it was something like that, and it looks like we're getting Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle. Ooh, big meme as of recently. He's been really funny, actually. The 1,000-yard stare, and I saw that he was on a podcast and said he was sad that people were making fun of him, but Kurt Angle, we love you. It's just a funny face. And anyways, we've also got Roddy Piper. We've got, who is this? Shotzi? I don't know if I've ever heard of her before, but we've also got Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt again, and then Cody Rhodes, who, funny enough, said somebody, I don't remember who it was built like a Funko Pop. There was a clip of that one, and I remember Funko reposted it, which is a pretty funny one. And then we've got our first deluxe pop moment for WWE. This is WrestleMania 30 opening toast, and it looks like we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Hulk Hogan again. Some pretty interesting stuff there, and yeah, I'll probably pick up 1 or 2 of these. They look pretty nice. Then, everybody, we've got a brand new Pokemon figure, and this one was actually leaked a little while ago, or not even really leaked. I think a box lunch actually got it in stock, but now we've got a really cool glam shot that we can take a look at here. And this is the opening scene from the original game of Pokemon, where you could choose your starters. So we've got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and I honestly really love this thing. Also, I'm wondering if they're going to be a little bit smaller than the normal size Pops, because they look to be the exact same molds. I'm kind of curious. And now, I know it wasn't exactly like this when you were actually choosing your starter, but I wish that there was a little bit more going on with Pokeballs. Like, I think it would have been cool if they were on the table somewhere, or even if they were, like, popping out of them. That could have been neat. Because it does just kind of look like they stuck them on a table, because like I said, we do have these exact same molds, but maybe if they're a little bit smaller and I see it in person, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be picking this up. I don't really care. I just think it would have been cool if they were like slightly different. Now we've got another Disney set releasing, and this one here is Bambi, and I don't know if this is going to be for an anniversary or if it's just going into the Classics line. Actually, it shows on the glam shots there, it does just say Disney Classics. And I really do enjoy when they do this, where they go back and just redo some of the older molds, and they look amazing with all of them in the flowers. It kind of feels almost like an Easter set of figures without actually calling them Easter. Or maybe it's just more of like a spring set, but either way, I think they really do look great, and I'm loving that thumper. And now this next one that I've got here is an interesting set of figures, and I don't exactly know where they're going to be exclusive to, but we have some brand new auspicious beasts, which actually go into the Pop Asia line. And now I know with some of the ones in the past, they've actually done it where they're exclusive to different conventions. Like I've been able to pick up some at, I believe it was New York Comic-Con, as well as San Diego Comic-Con, and I remember there was one at like a Utah one as well. They kind of just pop up in random places. And anyways, the ones that we've got here is the Fortune Panda, Lucky Panda, and Lucky Dragon, and I really do want to get a few of these ones. I think, actually, if I can, I'd like to get all 3. And I also think it's really cool that with the Lucky Dragon, there is a chance at a chase where it's like pretty much completely gold and kind of like this bronze-ish kind of color. It reminds me of like a statue, and it really looks nice. Oh, and something interesting interesting with the Pop Asia characters, most of the time they're actually bobbleheads, and I'm guessing these are also going to be that too. Does it say? It just says vinyl figure, but I'm going to put my word on this one, they're probably going to be bobbleheads. Because a bunch of the other ones that I picked up in the past do have that spring inside its head, so I'm guessing these will too. And well, anyways, everybody, there we go. That is everything for today. And let me know in the comment section below if you're going to be picking up any of these Funko Pops when they actually release. Because for me, I'm definitely going to be getting the South Park ones like I mentioned earlier, as well as Pokemon and some of the Pop Asia characters and Simpsons. The list keeps going. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy because this was seriously a lot of fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.